Do it until I don't exist no more. You said you love me, though, but that will never show. Cause actions speak louder than words. And mine to bury you. But when you are alive, they don't care about you. They're spending $1 million on your happy hour. But when you are alive, you can get a cent. Do it till I'm dead and I'll do it till I'm buried. To show me no love, to show me no love. Do it till I'm dead and I'll do it till I'm buried.
WEFM. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997.
Black Spider Productions.
Are you manning? This is Activated Mornings with Roleza and Dianna right here on the Clean Fresh Sound 99.9. As usual, we are back with all the energy that you need for the morning. That's right. We're here to give that to you. We're here to talk. We're here to laugh, to have fun, to hold a vibe as usual, and just have some wonderful discussions as we go through the morning. I am, of course, Dianna, and the next voice you will hear is that of Roleza's.
All right.
Of Roleza.
Well, Roleza's voice, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We are up. We are getting going for today. If you are heading into town to organize school supplies for your children, if because it's vacation, you are taking them to vacation programs. And I noticed that there are quite a few that are happening. So one of the other things to be mindful of is the children who are attending these various programs, that children are still on the roads. All right. They're still on the road. So lunchtime, you're going to see them. And on the afternoons around 3:00, whenever these sessions end, you're also going to be seeing them. So drivers, just talking to you in particular to be mindful again, because children are out on the roads. All right. So those who might be out and about going to vacation programs, those who might be going to the beach or wherever with their parents, enjoy. Teachers who are parents of children, I hope that you're making the best of the vacation with your child. All right. That's the plus of being a teacher, not so? Moving along, folks, moving along.
As a teacher, and you have your own children or child, you just need a break from cheering altogether. All right, then. So we are going to discuss a topic here this morning. As usual, of course, you can call us to be a part of the discussion. It's about you. It's about us. It's about all of us. Alawi. 457-9997. 457-9997. That is our WhatsApp number. That is our landline number. Once you dial that number, you got us. And you can also send us a WhatsApp message, but we prefer if you call. Now, as we were just speaking about children and children taking part in activities and things like that, the Ministry of National Mobilization, Social Development, Family, Gender Affairs, and Persons with Disabilities, in collaboration with UNICEF, the Child Development Divisions. So let me take that again. So within the Ministry of National Mobilization, there is a Child Development Division Parenting Coordination Unit. So that unit, in collaboration with UNICEF, has launched what they call the CARE program, CARE, in 34 primary schools across SVG. And this program was running from July 21st, and it will go into the first term of the 2025-2026 school year. So that's come September, right into the first term, which would be up till December, if I remember correctly. If not, then it's before that. But anyways, it runs until the first term of this new school year, and it is a free program, right? But just to note that it is for grade 4 students. So this CARE program, the Children and Their Rights Education. That's what the CARE stands for, the Children and Their Rights Education. This program helps with homework. It does remedial reading. It has child-friendly spaces with psychosocial support, including learning about their rights and feeling safe. All right. So the Ministry of National Mobilization has this on their Facebook page. They're saying that registration is still open. So if you are interested in being a tutor, you can call them at 494-6749 to get more information. Even if you're a parent, well, you could always message the teacher, but if you want to call the ministry or anything, then I guess you can go ahead and do that as well. But that's for grade 4 students, and that sounds like something great. I mean, I especially like the fact that it's not at a cost, so that persons who are more in need of this type of assistance would get it. And the question we're asking this morning is, are more initiatives like this needed? How do you feel about this particular one? Now, just to note, it's only for grade 4 students, but how do you feel about this? And do you think that we need to have some more of these types of initiatives to help with some of the problems that we have been identifying with children thus far?
All right. So I didn't realize that it started. I didn't realize that it's currently happening. So this is not so much just after school, but this is vacation learning, because it's happening during the school vacation, and it's going into to first term. So this is remedial work for children who are heading to grade 4. That's what it is.
Well, I interpreted it as who in grade 4, so maybe who's heading to grade 5. Maybe we need some clarification there as well. Is it the children who are?
Because if it's okay, so it's running from the 21st. Okay, so it's for this is a free after school program that supports grade 4 students.
Yeah.
So is it for students who are now going into grade 4? Because if it's going into the first term, then it would have to be for students. The way I look at it is going to have to be for students who are going into grade 4, right? All right, so this is interesting. I suppose on one hand, I am happy to see that some sort of remedial work is happening during the vacation for students who might be in need of it. Now, it does indicate that persons are to call to get more information. So I'm not sure what times this is running, if this is during what we call working hours, or if it's after working hours, as in around 4 o'clock, etc. Not sure what that information is. In the grand scheme of everything else, apart from this, I do believe that there should be more initiatives like this. What it is that I've always hoped is that our community learning resource centers can be utilized for purposes such as these, right? Oftentimes we see children, and I'm not really so much looking at students who go to a particular school. So let's just randomly say St. Mary's, right? Students who go to St. Mary's, they live or they come from different communities. So for me, if you are able to utilize the community centers within the villages that the children actually reside for after school programs, I think that is what is going to be a good initiative, right? You can have, let's say, retired teachers on hand. You can have maybe even current teachers who are currently working with students, let's say within the same grade or using the same syllabus, to provide that sort of support. Because one of the things that we have to recognize is that not all parents are either at the level where they can be able to assist their children with schoolwork or have the time to do it. And if it's a case where, let's say, they get home, or the students or the children get home before their parents, let's say the after school program starts at 4:30, just putting a time there. The students can make their way to the center. Parents know where they are. And if anything else, they get that additional support when they return home, right? So I've always thought that our community centers need to be open, number one, and need to be put to proper use. And being put to proper use for situations or for programs or initiatives such as this is what it is that I would like to see. Have it more community based as opposed to being school based.
I agree with you there in terms of keeping the activity in the community. One, of course, because of the ease of access, as well as a change in environment. I think that children, when they've been in school all day, the last thing they want is to have evening classes in school again to see more of school walls. I think they usually prefer to be in a different space. But we understand sometimes people don't have another space to use. So the community center would be a good space. I can see it, because of the way that it's set up. And some of them have libraries in them, I think. I think some of them have a library in it. Or maybe there's a separate library or something, yeah. But that would I definitely agree with you on that one there. And the part about parents who aren't able to help their children because they just aren't up to that particular level. Some parents are not able to read, so they really can't do much with their children. So that's one of the reasons why I like that this is free. Because usually when you see persons have initiatives like these and there's a cost, the children who really, really, really need that type of help, they usually can't afford to get it. So hopefully we could see some more like this. Other community groups can come on board with something like this. You can have your own thing. The same way that churches would have VBS and VBX during the summer. I think this is something that could happen throughout as well, in that regard.
All right. And all right, so somebody's commenting most community centers are broken and disrepair. Yes. Yes, I can see that. But this is where, if we're going to be talking about communities that are taking back things, or taking back control, or having a bit more of a community spirit, it starts with things like this: having a central location where different types of activities can happen so that it can benefit the community in the end, right? One of the other things with having the community center, or having these remedial classes at the community center, you spoke about seeing the same walls, but for me, it might also be the same teacher, right? In that the way in which you might teach a child in a classroom setting might be different in the way in which you might teach a child in a one-on-one type of setting, right? And that different teachers use different methods to get their messaging across, or to teach in a different way. So I think sometimes that one-on-one, or even using somebody else, can help to assist there with children understanding and children learning. You also mentioned a part about parents not being able to read it, and I can take that, right? But one of the other challenges is even people with big degrees have problems doing, let's say, primary school maths, right? Because I can tell you personally that I had a challenge, all right? I assisted my niece once with homework, and she came home the next day and she was highly upset with me because she got all wrong.
Oh my goodness.
And I am ashamed to say it because I too was challenged, all right? So this is one of the things as well, is that because I was so far removed from the school system that I don't even know why it was. I can't remember what the subject was, but it was just one of those things where I thought it was correct. And both of us, she and I, we got all wrong, all right? So even with that, it is better in a sense to have those teachers who are currently working with the syllabus and who are able to understand better to be able to assist these children. All right. So we have a caller. Boy. Okay. Caller, I see, but we can't take it because we're cutting too close to 7:35. All right. So yeah, I'm all for it. But some kinks to me seem as if they need to be worked out, or at least they need to be, the information needs to be disseminated a bit more, or maybe just the onus is on persons who have an interest to call mobilization to get the information that you require.
And I would like the parents who have children who are in that grade 4 category, please send the children out. Don't find an excuse to keep them home. If you need to arrange to have somebody pick up, drop off, and things like that, just try to get them to be there as much as possible. You don't have to pay anything, just probably get them a little snacks. And hey, if you're listening, you can sponsor some of these events, sponsor a little snack so the children can be encouraged to come out a little bit more. And we have to go straight into traffic talk. It is approaching 7:35.
WEFM.